Hello guys, welcome back. Welcome to Christmas in July. Okay, for this Christmas in July, I'm going to do something a little different. Now, I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now and really haven't taken much of a break, okay? So I'm going to do this series, and a couple of the episodes I have recorded ahead of time so that I could spend some time with family and friends this month. And because, you know, it's July 4th and stuff like that. So we are going to do, for this month, we are going to do tag series. So I hope you guys don't get bored with it. I hope you guys stick around. I am going to do a different, today we are making a tag holder so that you have something to hold all your tags in. So specifically, this one's for Christmas, but you can make them for any occasion. So we're going to make a little tag holder. It's going to be really cute, a little booklet form. And then each week through July, I will make a different style tag. We will be doing, like, you know, quick and easy tags. We're going to be doing some embossing, using some vellum. So I have a different style tag each week. So I had to really rack my brain to come up with some ideas here. So this will help give me a little time off and, you know, to pre-record a couple of them ahead of time for you guys. And we're just going to do this through the month of July for Christmas in July. And I hope you guys enjoy this series. Okay, so for today, we're going to make this like little booklet to go with it. So I need one piece. I'm not using chipboard because, you know, this is just your Christmas tags. It's going to sit in your little Christmas stash, whatever. But if you were gifting something like this, you might want to use chipboard. But this comes out pretty sturdy anyways once we're done with it. So I have a piece that's 6 by 11. So 11 by 6 inches, okay? So that's just any solid color you want. And I just have it to match my paper I'm using. Then I need 2 pieces, and I'm using a doodlebug that I had left in my stash from last year. And these are 5 3/4. 5 3/4 by 10 3/4. So two of them, move my ruler over. So 2 of them, we're going to be gluing one on the outside and we're going to be gluing one on the inside. Okay, so we'll start with that, and then we do have some little pockets we have to make. So for the first thing I want to do is let's round all our corners. Why not? Let's make it look a little, you know, a little fancier. You know, I just realized, like, I've been for this is 3 years now this summer, and I've been doing at least 2 videos a week since I started. I do Monday and Thursday for sure, and then I add other ones on. And I was going to do this as an add-on, and then I thought, you know, I'm really busy this summer. We have a lot going on, and to come up with my Christmas in July, plus some regular videos was going to be a lot. And, you know, we all need some kind of little break in our life. Don't forget about yourselves. Make sure you get some fun in your life. Okay, so we have that. So our main piece, we want to put some score lines in. I'll actually use my other score thing here. All right, so we're going to put it on the long side, 11 inches. And we are going to score at 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. And then we're going to score at 3 1/2. 3 1/2, 7 1/2. And then 7 3/4. And I'm going to flip this over. This is just like a 80 pound or 60, I think it's 65 pound. So it's not that, but I want to be able to have a good, 3 1/2. I want to have a good little crease on it. 7 1/2 and 7 3/4. Okay, and we'll be rescoring once we get our sheets glued on. But I like to get the bottom one at least started, and then fold them whichever way you want. We're just gonna fold them over for now. It's gonna be like a tri-fold booklet with pockets inside. I made something. I don't think I made it on camera, but I made something like this for my journaling, like embellishment things, like little tags and stuff. So I thought we can do this for, make sure it's even. So it's just going to be like a little tri-fold thing like this. We're going to put little pockets in it. All right, so let's glue on. We're going to glue this on a piece on the front. And you could stop with just the front, but I want it a little fancier and a little sturdier. So you're going to get, and you can use whichever side you want. I'm going to go with the little trees on there just because they're a little bit more colorful. Okay, and we're going to just position this on there. We're going to hope we're getting it somewhat. You got some time with glue to work it. Bring it down there a little bit. Okay, make sure I got my trees the right way. I guess it don't matter right now, but normally I would let everything dry overnight before I start messing with score lines and everything. But so let's do the same thing on the inside. We're going to do the trees on the inside again because my pockets are going to be green, so there's going to be too much. So we're going to put these on the inside. I didn't want to use too many. You only need one full sheet of decorative paper and then scraps, and that's what I used. I used the one sheet for the front and the back, and then I had these scraps of the Santa one that I'm using for the pockets, so that I didn't have to use, cut into another full sheet. So you use one sheet perfect for, the book itself. I try not to make you piece things together if we don't have to. You know me, easy peasy, best I can. Okay, let's make sure. I hope everybody enjoys their summer and has some, fun things to do. Well, some days Jeannie stays inside when the temperature hits at 90 degrees. Woo! You can't. I have asthma too. I have a little of everything. I'm like a walking. So that humidity, when you step out the door and you try to suck in some air, is a little hard sometimes. Oh, it's just painful sometimes. Okay. All right, so I got my bottom layer is scored, so it should make it a little easier. So I will score though, just so we're scoring this top layer. So again, it's 3 1/4. So I shouldn't have to I'm gonna do both sides because I've got a piece of paper on both sides, of course. 3 1/2, and I should be able to get right in the groove of my other one. 3 1/2, Jean. Oh, that was too far over, Jean. No wonder I was going off track. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, because Jean was not at 3 1/4. Okay, 7 1/2. You could score, but then you might not get it even, so I always score afterwards. And if you're really good at just kind of folding it over, good luck for you. Okay, let me see if I can just score it without doing the other side, which I think I can. Then I'm gonna have to do the other side. And like I said, I like to let this dry because it may buckle a little bit on me, but we don't have all the time in the world for that stuff, right? I mean, I could make up a bunch of millions of samples, but get that one. Sorry, I have to bring it away a little bit so I can see it, so I make sure I'm getting it in the right spot there. I'm just going to fold that over. Fold that one over good. There we go. So then we have our little booklet now. It's really cute. All right, so for my pockets, you need 4 strips that are, and I already got these ready, but you need 4 strips that are, let me get this out of the way, 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. So you need 4 of the red color, or your base color, your plain color. You need 4 strips that are 3 1/2. Ignore my cuts right now. 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. Then you need 2 of them that are 4 by 1 1/2. Okay. So 2 of them that are 4 by 1 1/2, 4 of them that are 3.5 by 1.5. And now for your pattern pieces to overlay them, I'm using this Santa piece. So you need 4 of them that are 2 3/4 by 1 inch. And then you need 2 of them that are 3 1/4 by 1 inch. I'll repeat those as we go along. So for all of them, you are going to score. You are going to score 1/4 inch on 3 sides, okay? So you can do 1/4 inch on 3 sides. Okay, so go down 1/4, turn, 1/4, turn, 1/4. Okay, so do that on all of your pockets. And I am doing that just to give it a little bit of, so it's not flat, so that I can put a little bit more in. A little bit of, normally you could put them down straight without making the little gussets, I'll think of the word. But I want the gussets. That'll help get a few more tags in there. So then you have this little bitty square in each corner now. Let's get rid of those. We don't need those, okay? And that's what I did on the other ones. That's just bulk. We don't need bulk. Yeah, we don't need bulk. Okay, so you have that, okay? Then, before I fold it, I'll just put my little topper piece on. We're just going to glue that on to that. So this is my 4 inch. This is my larger one. So 4 by 1.5. 3 1/4 by 1 inch is my overlay piece. And like, you make it this as fancy as you want. You don't even have to do this. I'm only showing you guys a holder because I do make a lot of my tags, okay? But also, if you want to gift someone tags, this is a good way to gift them some tags. That's why we're working on a little holder for them. There's lots of different ways you can make a holder. You can make just like a plain box. We're going to fold all those in. So I have all of them, the 2 large ones. That's not the large one. Get the large one with the large one. And the 4, okay? So what we're going to do, the large ones will go in the middle. So I'm going to put 3 of them along the bottom. So I'll start with the large one in the middle. Just make sure that you stay away from your fold line there, okay? So make sure you have your large ones. I got that one on Cricut, but we're gonna not worry about that. Make sure we got all those are the small ones. Make sure they're all the small ones. Okay, so we're gonna put some glue on there. And we'll put 3 of them right down towards the bottom. I hope you guys like this series. I was going to do like a tag series last year, but then I didn't get around to it. I want to do an ornament series. Where am I? There's my fold on that side. Okay, we're good. I want to do an ornament series too. You wouldn't believe my list, guys. I just have so many things that I'm trying to do for you guys. Okay, so we got that one there. And then we'll take a smaller one, the 3.5 by 1.5, and we'll put over on this side. Now, I didn't round the corners on the pockets because that's not really necessary. Not necessary. Now, this will hold, like, it'll still hold quite a bit of, come on, fold in tags here. And I gotta fold this up. I'm right on the edge there. I'm living on the edge, and I'm always living on the edge. Okay, there we go. Like, you do you. Make this as fancy as you want. You can decorate the front. We're not going to decorate the front because, like I said, this is only going to come out once a year, and it's going to be stuffed in with my, I have a, it's called a wrap station. I got it from QVC years ago. It's actually a table with folding legs, and the lid opens up and you put everything inside. It's like really big. It's like 3 feet long, 4 feet long, something like that. And I've had that for many, many years. And you just fold the legs when you're done, and you push it off to the side somewhere. Usually in the back of the closet will work. But it holds a lot. So I put all the wrapping papers in there, the bows, my tags, my tissue paper. It's all in there. So it's, you know, I try to be somewhat organized once in a while. Yeah, it doesn't always work that way. We are going to make different size tags too. So they're not all going to be the same size. Okay, now we'll put the middle one in. I think we'll put these about 3 inches from the bottom. Let me see where, if I like that, 3 inches. Do I want the top 3 inches? Because I can put longer ones here. And if I put the bottom, where's my 3 inches? If I put the bottom 3 inches, that's giving me, oh, like 2-inch tags there. Let's put it down and see what I like. Let's find where we are. And I'm just going to hold it there for a minute. Yeah, that's about 3 inches. See if I can get it kind of straight. Okay, and I'll make sure my folds are there and there. This one's not completely centered as well, but it'll work for us, right? Okay, and now we'll put the other 2 down. If you know me, I like to make things, so tags are so cheap to make. I know that, yeah, you can buy them pretty cheap nowadays too, but sometimes it depends. I want a nicer one, you know, sometimes for some presents and other presents, you know, you don't have to be so nice, but we're gonna make a variety of tags for this. And I hope you guys stick around for the series, and you know, you grant me some grace here to have some fun this summer. And I mean, you're still getting episodes. It's just, you know, like I said, it's just, you know, it's going to be like just my Christmas and July tag special. So there'll still be my Monday ones. Of course, my haul videos will be in there. And, you know, if something comes up, I will have. But I don't want to be taping like every, you know, week. I want to be able to, you know, do things and not worry about it. So that's why I've got these first couple are taped ahead here. So I think this one airs on the 3rd is when I'll start this. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe 3 years I've been doing this. It goes by so fast, though. I gotta tell you, coming up with ideas, though, can be a little... I mean, I have a bunch of ideas, too. But I want to try to come up with new and fresh ideas. And I think... you know, hopefully... I try to do a variety of crafts. I don't know what you guys really like, but I like to do a variety of crafts for... Instead of just, like, cards or albums... I like to do a variety for everybody. Now we're going to just we're just going to use Velcro. And I'm going to just look here. Yeah, it'll be okay. The Velcro is going to go on my pocket, but that will be okay. We won't care about that because it doesn't affect putting my tags in. And these ones came probably, these are from Walmart, I believe. I get them from, I like these little mini ones. Ooh, some of them just don't come apart there. I have to cut that. Some of them are really, they stick them together there. Walmart has these little ones. I believe Michael's has these itty bitty ones. And of course you can get them like off of Temu and stuff like that too. But they're really quite inexpensive for them. Put that on there. Now I'm going to have to let this dry. So before I shut it, because I have to let it dry a minute, I want to show you, let's see, what do I have that I can put in here? Here, I got this sitting for my other project. So you can see it's a little gusseted. Now you can see my pockets are a little gusset. So we're going to be able to get quite a bit of tags in here. So down on the bottom, we can go with tags that, I mean, they, even if they're longer than the pocket, but we're going to, I think my average is like 3 inches. I really don't like to do 4-inch tags. I keep mine closer to 2 and 3-inch tags. So I'll probably be putting, we would probably be doing the 3-inch on the bottom and putting the 2-inch ones on the top. So that's me. I don't like making big tags. You know, you don't need big tags. But so you have all these gusseted pockets. Now, if you're afraid that, you know, if you give this as a gift and as soon as they do this, they're all going to fall out. Well, they do hold in there pretty well. But what you can do is you kind of can make a flap that goes and gets tucked in. So if you want to do something like that, if you want me to show you how to do that, just let me know, okay? And I can make another one and show you how to make like a flap on top. So that way, if you're worried that they're going to, you know, fall out. But I made this, like I said, for my junk journal supplies. I'm just making sure that it's straight and I'm going to put it down. And I never had no problems with them spilling out. But then again, I don't sit there and shake mine up like that and everything. So let's give this a minute and then we can pry it apart. But I like to give it a good minute to glue. So they have this cute little, and like I said, you can decorate it all you want. I am not gonna, because it's just going, I got decorative paper on. It's just going in my little organizer when I'm done. Now, let's see if it's gonna be dry enough. It's probably not gonna be dry enough, but I'm gonna take it apart for you guys anyways. There we go. Oh, nope. Got that side on that side. That's okay, we'll just do this. And then we'll put that back on that side. You know, you wanna let it dry, okay? So then you have this really cute little tag. We'll be able to get quite a bit of tags in there. And you can see the gusset we made. I only did a 1/4-inch gusset because I don't want it too big so things do fall out. So, sure, and we are going to let it dry now. And we will be putting our, let it dry. We will be putting all our tags in here as we make them. So we're going to put the tags in. Okay. Now it doesn't like me. I think it's a little wet there yet. So we'll let it dry and then we'll close it. Now you can make these taller if you want to. If you were to make them any taller, I would probably put 2 Velcros on. Just for the fact, one does hold good and stuff. And once you're using this, like they're pretty stiff right now, but once you're using it a lot, like I said, we're only using it once a year or so, it's going to get used. But the one Velcro will hold, because that's what I used on my other one. You can use a magnet, but we're not going that fancy because, you know, it's only for Christmas tags. So, okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Be on the lookout for the tags. They're coming. We've got a quick, easy one for our first tag, and then we'll kind of go into a little more detail and a little bit more. Like I said, we're going to do some embossing ones, which will be fun. I don't do much embossing for you guys, but we're going to do some embossing ones and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have a great summer, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.